Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. Name of the show is Beyond the Boundary. And as always, we've got a Power Pack panel. Dwaipayan Datta joins us from Chennai, and Gaurav Gupta is joining us from Mumbai. Uh, Dwaipayan and Gaurav, please. Yes, there they are. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Dwaipayan, uh, glass half full or glass half empty at the end of the third day's play, if you're an Indian fan?
Ah, you would still say glass half full because still 100 runs to go, and you there is always the chance of a collapse. It's 2 wickets means 5 wickets. Like just 2 wickets fall in the morning within the first 20-30 runs, and the match may well get over before lunch. So, and India has the wherewithal in the bowling, etc. Uh, to do that. So I would still say it's glass half full. But having said that, what I want to, I was very surprised as to why that. Uh, Follow on was they gave the follow on, like giving a follow on these pitches is passe. Like unless you are battling the weather, you don't give the follow on. Like you bat, make the lead a 500-run lead easily. You have 270, score 200 quick runs. It will take you 1.5 sessions, and then let them bat and get them in and give them no hope and get them in 2 sessions. That is how the cricket is played in the subcontinent. I don't. I think probably if they, because they had 50 overs to play with, they thought they might finish it today and go home early, or what was it? I don't know. But I did not see any logic or any reason behind that follow on that was given. Follow ons are not given in the subcontinent for a reason, since that Calcutta test. And I think Shubman Gill was slightly naive in enforcing the follow on there.
Okay, for a moment, when I saw a comment in the chat window, I was worried. Sayed Nizamuddin said Gigi must be sacked with immediate effect. I was wondering what did our Gigi do, but it's Gigi must be sacked with immediate effect. What kind of decision he has made to follow on of West Indies after bowling 82 overs? The Is the follow on a contentious decision now, Gigi?
More than that, I think the other thing, obviously, follow on the it's a big debatable point. I think the other thing is also of us declaring at 518 for five. Don't you think that was a bit strange? Normally, teams these days score 600 plus and then declare and sort of maybe some amount of batting more so that you sort of bat them out of the test. I think थोड़ा सा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस नजर नहीं आ रहा है इंडिया के डिसीजंस में to declare at 518 for five. Also, not enforce the follow on. As Dwaypanda rightly said, 50 overs they thought would be enough to roll them over. So, like that. But I'm very glad for West Indies. But at least they have been competitive and they have given the good amount of crowd which has turned up in Delhi, which I'm also very glad about compared to what happened at Ahmedabad. And this makes a case for Delhi to get more test matches. And to make decent wickets rather than proper akhadas, which we are again going to see next month against South Africa. So all in all, I'm happy for the health of Test cricket that West Indies have been able to compete to some extent. And somebody as Campbell has gone on to make 100, right? So all this
No,
is
no,
this is this is
No,
that
good
not
is
to
the
see.
100.
80.
He's still short of 100, but he's
Yeah,
batting on
but close to, yeah.
87.
The little bit that I saw of him, I was really impressed. I thought he was showing the stomach for a fight, and that's very impressive to see. And Shai Hope also seemed to be batting well. I mean, India bowled well in the first inning, but yeah, they could have batted a bit more and sort of then rolled over West Indies today, but tomorrow. But then I think there's sort of slight overconfidence. Yeah.
Did he? A subscriber has made the point that the last two wickets in the first innings, West Indies' first innings, added 73 runs. Did that deflate the Indian team in your view?
Deflate the Indian team, as in they kept the Indian team on the field for a longer period of time. So that is obviously, though the temperatures are not very high at this point of the year, but still it is close to 30. So it does take its toll. 82 overs you are out in the field. And see, there are see, if you go back to that, I will just give a reference. If you go back to that 2001 Test match, you will remember that in the first innings, though India got that follow on, India were forced to VVS got a half century, batted a while with number 10 and 11, and got to a position where he got the confidence to bat bat again. So uh, the,
Now
that is,
giving the fans the chills now.
huh?
Now you're giving the Indian fans the
Yeah,
chills.
yeah, like because the reference is, if you see the match is suddenly interestingly poised, because in West Indies has won a session, and if somehow they manage to wriggle out one more session, maybe losing one wicket, get 100 runs, suddenly the scores are level. So you can look at a lead of 150, and
And
150.
Arvind Atreyas makes a point. He says, "Did sir remember India haven't chased more than 150 since 2013."
Yeah, and see, 150 on a fourth day or a fifth day track, suddenly Warikan will look like Derek Underwood, because the ball will turn, quick turn, two quick wickets, and suddenly things can happen. Like it when pressure comes into the equation, then suddenly skill goes out of the window. Sometimes suddenly it becomes a game of pressure. It becomes a high tension. Mistakes crop up. All those things. So India could easily have avoided that. All, yes, they would have had to stay in Delhi for one more day. I can understand. Probably they will have to leave for Australia some midweek, so they probably want to go back home. Wanted to chill for a bit and then come back, and so wanted to finish it today. 50 overs. Those, I'm guessing at the end of the day it's office work for them. So, but it can come back to bite them. Probably it will not, because India has enough bowling. They will get two wickets and then West Indies will falter. But if it does, it will be on this decision to enforce the follow on.
GG Sports says 26 overs to take last two wickets should be a record.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised, and especially with guys like Bumrah and Siraj around. In fact, I'm also slightly worried because I think Bumrah was off the field for a while today, and Siraj too. I saw he was also off the field and like that. So I mean, it was a hot day in Delhi and all that, but still, I hope because Bumrah is going to also play a vital role in the five-match T20 series that follows the ODIs. So slightly worrying on that front. I mean, it's a bit rare actually that India took so much time to take those last two wickets. Normally, Jadeja just runs through West Indies. The West Indies, as I said, I mean, the fact that their batters, even the lower, Jaden Seats was sort of swinging his bat around and he got a few runs and but yeah, that was a fight दिखा ना West Indies का, that was very pleasing to see. By the way, the last time a T20 series happened between the two countries तो नहीं बोल सकते West Indies को, between the two teams. So you know who won, right? It was the West Indies who won 3-2 back in was that early 23, I think, before the Asia Cup and so on and so forth. And I think it cost Hardik him his T20 captaincy. So West Indies itna bhi wo nahi hai. They have
But
the
right now, I was just seeing since the time they didn't make it to the 23 ODI World Cup, their record in one day cricket in the last 2 years is very good. They have done well in one day cricket over the last couple of years, winning a lot of series home and away. T20 cricket is going down for them.
Yeah, I guess they derive their strength from T20 cricket now. So if they're not producing good T20 players, that's a big worry, for them. Because see, even in all their decline, they won the two T20 World Cups in 12 and 14, so 12 and 16.
16.
16 especially because they were even close to the team was close to boycotting the World Cup, due to a dispute with the West Indies cricket board. So this, if they at all manage to sort of wriggle out from here and create some sort of this thing, it will go down as their greatest ever fight back. I think, considering they've been written off, there have been opportunities written about their Test cricket. Their whole presence in Test cricket has been questioned by people like me and Dwai Panda was very clear that they should play in tier two and all that the other day. So if they actually manage to sort of create a big sensational here, then it's going to be completely like the tables are going to turn, and all of us will have egg on our faces. Honestly, those who have been writing off West Indies cricket, but yeah, it's pleasing that way to see that. Uh, I'm fine with it actually. थोड़ा सा fight होना चाहिए. It should not be a test victories need to be earned, and I'm glad that such wickets are being prepared for which have the ball is turning, the hot ball is turning viciously, but it's a slow turner by and large. So wickets need to be earned. Yeah. It should not be that you just turn up and just land in one spot and keep taking wickets. And then, the moment you travel to the Sena countries, you're the first one to be dropped. So I'm happy that the bowlers are being made to sweat it out a bit.
मानिकप्रीत सिंह इज सेइंग एंड डीडी आई वांट योर रिस्पांस अगर वेस्ट इंडीज जीत गए बड़े बड़े स्टेटमेंट देने वालों का क्या होगा
True, true. जीत गया तो बड़े से that is true, but it will be good, as Gigi was also saying. It will be good even if we have like on our faces, but then it will be good for Test cricket. Like uh, e- even if West Indies can make India bat again or make it a sort of a tight Test match. Maybe India wins by 6 wickets, 7 wickets. That is also fine. Like if there is a contest, like see when we talk about at least as far as I am concerned, when I talk about the decline of West Indies cricket, I say it from a position of sadness. It because I have seen, like I have grown up watching the best West Indies. So it is from a place of sadness that it comes. It doesn't come from anywhere else. I am not in the business of trolling West Indies. So if West Indies does come back, does fight back, that is fantastic news, and I will be happy to have egg on my face.
क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो नो क्रिकेट लाइफ एज अ क्वेश्चन जी जी सर आपने मई में एक न्यूज बताया कि केएल राहुल is considered for T20 series against Bangladesh, which was supposed to happen in August month. Was that going to happen?
Series nahi
You're on
hui.
mute. हाँ,
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not on mute. I'm
okay,
not
go
on
on.
mute. Yeah, yeah. So basically, that series did not happen for various geopolitical reasons. I mean, I still believe KL Rahul has a place in that side, considering the form that he is in. He will always be in with a shot because right now you are playing Sanju Samson out of position. You're playing him in the middle order, and Sanju hasn't looked entirely convincing during the Asia Cup, playing in that position. You're somehow not bold enough to play. What's his name? That Jitinder, that the other wicketkeeper which we took. I'm
Jitesh
so sorry,
Sharma.
I'm forgetting his Jitesh Sharma. So we are sort of a bit scared to sort of field him. So I mean, if you're talking about a middle order slot now that Gill is supposed to open in ODI in T20s, I think there's a definite place for KL Rahul. Also, is in the mix considering that the way he's batted in the middle order in the ODIs. So there he will be in that race. Obviously, Sanju is right ahead in the race purely because the coach and the captain have a lot of faith on him in delivering in the middle order as well. And then obviously Jitesh plays the finisher's role, but then Jitesh, if he doesn't keep, I mean, it will be up to Jitesh to sort of get whenever he gets an opportunity, he should perform or he should keep performing in domestic cricket so that he is always in the mix. He has to keep having good IPLs. Whereas KL Rahul, by virtue of having an opportunity to excel in the other two formats, will always be able to make a case for himself in the T20 format as well. वो हमेशा बात रहेगी कि अरे he is so good, why is he not playing in the T20s as well? Especially the form
Okay,
that the run that he has enjoyed in the last 2 years.
Cristiano Ronaldo has a question for you, Didi. He says, Didi sir, are you watching warm-up test matches?
As in warm up Test matches.
He's saying that are these two warm-up tests for India?
It was supposed to be. It was that is how it was shaping up till the third session of today. It seemed like warm up Test matches the way it was for the Bangladesh series last year. It was warm up to the difficult series that was to follow, and we know how the difficult series shaped up. But yes, it was supposed to be an element of warm up Test match, but the final session fight back. Yes, there were marginal line calls. A couple of line calls. Pat Bats had Illingworth given those two out, where the impact was on like umpire's call. Both those decisions could have gone in India's favor, and West Indies might have been all out by now. But then it did not go, and it has been more than a warm up Test match. Now it has shaped up into more than, or maybe a proper good warm up Test match, not just a going through the motions warm up Test match.
Suman Toshniwal has a comment. Gigi says Kuldeep Yadav should regularly feature in test matches, cannot bench him anymore.
That's true. I agree with that. I think he lost out to Akshar Patel. who also did a pretty good job in home tests. But Kuldeep has done a brilliant job. I think his comeback happened in Rajkot, if I remember correctly. I covered that test match last year against England, and he was brilliant, absolutely. Produced a couple of magical deliveries to get rid of, I think, was that Ben Duckett or somebody. And since then, he hasn't looked back. And he's a quality bowler on good wickets as well, which is why there was a clamor to include him in the Test series in England as well. And sadly, none of the five tests he played in, because Gauti was very clear, and Gill, that they wanted batting depth after the way the team collapsed in the first test. And I think we did feel the need for Kuldeep there as well, in terms of not being able to bowl England out twice, enough times to win the series. I still believe that if we had made space for him, we could have even won this series, because England did look vulnerable at various points in the series. And at Chinaman bowler ko hamesha, I think want him to play against the Western countries, because they are not used to playing him. Even Pakistan, if you see, they always struggle against. We don't play tests against Pakistan anymore. But if you see in white ball cricket, they really struggle against Kuldeep. They have no clue how to pick him or Varun. So I think such a bowler should always be there in the mix in all three formats. He's already playing in the other two, but yeah, I mean, today he did a good job. I saw that 5 wicket haul. He was pretty much, sort of, the West Indies struggled badly against him. I think by the time he retires, Kuldeep will have a, sadly, but he's played so few Test matches. If you see, I was seeing a few stats on social media, on Twitter and all. It's just absolutely crazy that he's played so few Tests. But yeah, he'll retire as one of the modern day greats when he does a bit adieu to the game.
Sport says Dwapan KL will bat and will score single digit in fourth innings and then should retire from Test cricket.
I think he's joking. Right.
Sports also says, when did Harman score runs last time? I don't remember.
This is for GC.
Because he
Harman
says,
has
I
been
don't.
Harman has been in bad touch for a long, long while. That's
She,
true.
is she
9 runs of
still
23 balls last match.
is she playing on that 171 from 2017 or on captaincy quota?
No, no, no. She
Sports.
had a great World Cup. वो 2017 पे वो 4 साल खेली. I agree. Next 4 years. But going into that, in that 22 World Cup, last ODI World Cup in New Zealand, WODI World Cup, she was till that point वही नहीं पे खेल रही थी. But then she had a great World Cup, and that is where you rate Arman highly, because when it comes to the big games and the World Cups and all, she does well. That World Cup, she was brilliant. She was absolutely superb. I remember her scoring couple of hundreds. I think one against England, one against West Indies, something like that. But then again, after that, there's been a bad dip in form. The only one of the sparks were there when, I think, last ODI, when in Delhi against Australia in the recent series, she seemed to be batting very well. I think she scored a half century, if I'm not wrong. And then there was this 140 odd that is she scored against England in the final in the final ODI last year. I think that whole Dipti controversy that happened of the run out. I think was time pe. She had scored a brilliant knock. She hit a brilliant knock in that game. But mostly she's been, her run of form has been very bad. So she fields well. She's still quite fit. But if she is not able to, and India crash out in the league stage or crash out in the semi-finals, and Harman has a bad tournament, I think, like how Mithali was ultimately given a good thank you note after the last World Cup. I think the same is going to happen with Harman. I mean, Julan has also. Julan obviously had, was not struggling as much as Mithali was in the end phase of her career in terms of rotating the strike and this thing. But I think Harman will have to bid adieu to at least to her ODI career in that case.
Uh, Arvind Atraya says, Didi, SA struggling in Pakistan. How will they survive against India? On the first day, Pakistan
Actually,
won
yeah, Pakistan
313 for
scored
5.
313 for 5. I'm very keen to know what the nature of the pitch was, because Pakistan, like, sometimes, like in the England series, I remember when they were playing at home, the first test match they played on a road, which it was a run fest and England won, but then they reverted to Turners and won both the test matches. So is this a Turner or is this a good pitch? I
Early
don't know.
days, first day,
No,
early
but
days.
sometimes what happens, like, have you watched the test match? Like, is it live
Yeah,
anywhere?
I won't say where it is live, but I watched the
Okay.
test match. I don't want to
Okay.
be termed anti-national.
Okay.
So I have seen the test match somewhere. I'll
Okay.
let you know offline. But
Okay.
South Africa, interestingly, are playing just one fast bowler, Kagiso
Okay.
Rabada,
Then
and they're playing.
Mulder is
Mulder is
playing.
there. Yeah, Mulder is there as the all-rounder. He'll
Yeah,
bat
but
at number
Keshav
three.
Maharaj is not there. Keshav
Keshav
Maharaj,
Maharaj is not there. Not there.
Keshav
Not there.
Maharaj is not there. So,
Injured,
But
is it?
Keshav Maharaj could be back for the India series.
okay. So basically, like I want to know that if it is a rank turner, then if Pakistan has got 313 for 5, that is a lot of runs, and South Africa is struggling then. But if it is a good pitch, then we will have to wait and see how the test match turns up, because I haven't seen the test match, and I don't know the nature of the pitch. It is very difficult for me to make a comment on the basis of just the scores that I have seen.
Who's that guy is asking Gigi update on Virat Kohli, because there was some news report that Virat Kohli has asked RCB to relieve him of his contract. When is this going to end, Gigi?
I think pure load of rubbish. I mean, if somebody has reported that he has asked RCB to rid him of his contract. At this stage, I have no such news, and I think it's purely garbage. I don't think that is ever going to happen. I think he's going to retire from IPL in RCB shirt. That is how it's going to be. He's had bad IPLs, very bad IPL, struggled 22 IPL. He could barely score a run, and yet RCB stuck to him. So this whole
So you're
logic of
saying that so you're saying that the possibility that Virat might retire before Thala is not likely to happen.
No, no,
Both will
that
retire at
will
the
happen.
same.
That will happen.
Both will
Thala
retire
will
at the
never
same time.
retire. Thala will be 3,000. It will be 3,025, and we'll be still discussing how Thala has had a great
No, no,
IPL. And
I won't be there. I won't be there, but maybe you will be there.
in some other forms, people will be doing a show. We'll still be discussing whether Thala will call it an IPL after this IPL, or will he play for one more IPL. I think he'll still go on and on and on. It's like a legend. It'll just live. It will just live and go on and
Did
on.
he Thala forever?
Forever means, see, there he is there, one sellable player, and he is not doing any disservice to the franchisee by playing. That is what I am saying, and the franchisee wants him to play. So it's fine as long as his body takes. But this will be, if he plays this one, this will be his last IPL.
Okay, Arvind Atreya, there's a question for you. Didi is asking, Didi, are you going to Australia to cover the series?
No, 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 I'm not. I'm not.
As you can see, Didi is still hurting because he's not the BCCI president. So he's taken a sabbatical right now.
I don't think
Manik
anybody is
Preet,
going now. I don't think anybody is going because it would be a very expensive this thing just for a white ball tour. If this was a multi-format tour and also included test matches, then
If this was 10 years ago, then yes. But now it's now no.
yeah, post-COVID, I guess.
Even pre-COVID, but till 2015, these tours used to happen. Not now, not anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pre-COVID, people used to go. I remember
2015,
Etisham,
go back.
my boss,
Yeah.
went for a white ball tour, India's tour of Australia, 16 that 16 15 16 tour,
Yeah,
wherein
yeah,
I
that's
think we lost the ODIs 4-1, but we
yeah,
won the T20 series 3-0.
yeah,
We,
yeah.
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
staged a great comeback in the T20s. So I remember Ete covering that series.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ 10 साल
So Manik
हाँ,
Preet Singh say Manik Preet Singh is saying 2016 में थला थे इसलिए डीडी जाते थे. Uh, Priyanshu says no journalist is going, only two players will be gone. Uh, yeah, there's one more question. Introspect says Australia women's batting depth is incredible. Would be legendary victory if India women pulls it off. Today they should have scored 360. Gigi,
They should
India.
have, but collapse hota chala gaya. They lost a lot of wickets. I mean, I thought Richa and Janvi were going along very well, but then there was a collapse. And I'm slightly again. I keep going. ये जो strike rate है ना थोड़ा सा improve करना पड़ेगा प्रतिका रावल को with Smithy. I mean they had a 100+ partnership today, but first 20 overs I think they were 107 for no loss. Now that is slightly come hai yaar. It's not the way modern day ODI cricket with the field restrictions and all is played. I still am not completely comfortable. I know where why Pratika is there in the first place, because Shafali was just sort of hitting 2-3 boundaries and getting out, and Pratika has been really consistent. but somewhere that start has to be faster. Having said that, still I thought India batted really well. It's a parta, it's a flat track, I know, and Australia have tremendous batting depth right till down below. I mean, last game it was it the last game that they played when Alana King had that partnership with Alana King? Kya? Matlab Alana King was the support act, but yeah, Alana King
Beth
also
Mooney.
let it loose in the end. It
Beth
was
Mooney.
Beth Mooney. What a knock that was! I think that was the knock of the World Cup so far. Apart from Nadine Clerks, I mean, both the knocks will compete for the best knock of the tournament so far. The Nadine Clerks knock against India, that match-winning knock. So I thought Australia were really their comeback was fabulous in the last game. But looking at that, their batting depth is frightening, absolutely. And I don't think Eliza Healy is also batting. In fact, Australia's top order has been like a bit like India's. It has shown signs of vulnerability, and it's not been at its best. So if it really fires tonight, then we're out of this match definitely.
Didi, Manikpreet Singh has a question. He says, Gigi, Didi sir, when is Virat arriving in India? Some reports saying that he's coming tonight or tomorrow morning. Aap log batana. Gigi, are you going to the airport to receive him?
Not really.
Garvasi?
I mean, I think वो Delhi जाएंगे ना. He might straight away go to Delhi if at all he is going via Delhi. He might even go
But
from
there is a
Delhi to.
direct flight from here, right? Or there's a flight from Delhi.
There is a direct money. There is a direct flight from. I think there's a flight from Delhi to Melbourne or Sydney. B hoga, I'm sure. There must be. I mean, Delhi also has now, and after some time there will be more flights from Mumbai because the new airport has come up. So,
So basically, Didi, Gigi is subtly telling everybody that he stays close to the new airport.
and actually, Virat could have come with a UK PM, no part of his entourage, and then he could have stayed back here for a few days. Anyways, I think he's a British citizen now, so he can look at
No, no,
investment opportunities in India.
no. He's not a British. If he was British citizen, he can't play for India.
Yeah.
हाँ वो भी है but हो जाएगा.
Yeah, Gigi.
Would be
मतलब
would
we are
be would be
spreading.
British citizen.
This will be
Would be
clipped by Virat fans. They'll clip this and put it out. That Gigi is saying
potential
that he's a
British
British citizen. The Gigi is
potential
no
potential.
pro Rohit anti Virat. मुंबई से है ना इसलिए.
Oh God. By the way, रोहित के जैसे practice कर रहा है तो where is Virat? That is a good question. Rohit practice at Shivaji Park with some thousands of people watching him and one fan rushing to
But
meet him.
did you see that Rohit also showed his compassionate side? That there was a
Yeah,
kid coming to run
yeah.
towards him and the security
Saw
stopped
that.
him from doing that. There are
Yeah,
so many
yeah, saw
qualities
that.
that you're seeing.
He has seen scenes like this when Thala practices in that Chennai Chidambaram Stadium.
As and when they allow us to enter these days.
When was the last time, Didi, that Thala addressed a press conference in Chennai? Uh,
No, he hasn't addressed any press conference since he gave up captaincy, gave up your India captaincy, and he had stopped doing IPL press conferences even before that. Like, I don't remember when. Like, the last press conference he did, I think, was when he was the India captain. That's it.
so, so basically, you must be tired of seeing Stephen Fleming after every match.
It's okay. See, as far as I am concerned, like I go with questions in mind. So, and Stephen answers well. So I don't mind having Stephen Fleming for the press conference because my attendance in press conference is about the answers that I get for my story. So Stephen is fine by me.
Ashish Kumar has a question here. Gigi is saying, What is the chance for India winning today? India women winning today?
Good chances, pretty good chances. Hopefully, we put up a big total. I've been not been following it live for a while, but hopefully, if we put up a good total and we look to be going strong. Richa ने कुछ अच्छे blows मारे and even Jemmy I thought was doing well and did well after scoring a couple of ducks, and I just hope the bowling stays this thing, because I am finding the bowling a bit weak with Renuka Singh Thakur not being there. She was missing from the from the last match as well, and she's missing today also. Now she's our spearhead, bowling spearhead. She's the one who makes those early breakthroughs. So if she's not there, it's a big चिंता का विषय कि वो क्यों नहीं है. Why she's not there? It's a big concern. It's a massive this thing. And are you trying to tell me that have we sort of gambled on a fitness in going into a World Cup wherein she'll be only available for a मतलब workload management चल रहा है जिसके लिए बेचारे बुमराह got so much stick. because these are the big games, right? The South Africa Australia games. If once we qualified for the semi-finals and she rested, I can understand. But her not being there leaves a big hole in that bowling department. It denies us that those early her in swingers, those early wickets that her in swingers get us. So I guess slightly throws a matter of concern because Amanjot Kaur is a very limited ability bowler. She's somebody who really sort of scores runs in the end, and she can rescue us from a tight situation. But you can't expect her to pick up 4 5 wickets and win us the match unless the other team has a very bad day with the bat.
Mayank Taplial has a question. He says, Didi, the genuineness of Rohit allowing a kid to meet him cannot be confirmed. This is the age of PR campaigns. Who knows whether it was scripted?
See, I don't want to look at it, be cynical about it. Like the shot that I had, maybe it was like the PR uh, brought that out and posted and made a bit of a story out of it. That is the PR's job. But the way Rohit asked the security to let that kid come to him, I think that came spontaneously to him. And Rohit, the little that I have seen him, he's a nice guy. Like he is genuinely a nice guy. Like during that last T20 World Cup, the way he used to come down and talk to us, and uh, like I have not seen an Indian captain do that with journalists in a long time. So uh, I don't want to be cynical about it. That's it.
Cristiano Ronaldo has a question. Gigi, he says, why is Bumrah playing irrelevant test matches versus West Indies? Does Gigi, as in the other Gigi, want Bumrah to show his patriotism?
No, he wants him to. I think everybody is now sick and tired of that whole workload thing. So I guess, and that includes the chief secretary Ajit Agarkar. From what my sources say, it's very clearly being made to him कि भैया workload management को जरा बाजू रखो और अगर तुम fit हो तो थोड़ा सा खेलो, and I guess that's a part of this thing that you keep playing as long as you're fit, and so that your bowling muscles, everything gets a good workout. I mean, he's going to get a break in the ODI series. He's not going to play in Australia. He's going to be there for the T20Is. Obviously, 5 T20Is है, सारे 5 नहीं खेलेंगे. Suppose we win the first 3 and we win the series, or by the 4th match we wrap up the series, then he might not even play in the 5th. And I think even those T20s is playing purely because we have a T20 World Cup coming up in Feb March. So the team must be the team manager is wanting him to be sort of in rhythm for T20s. But test matches, I think, though, it was never expected to be heavy workload, right? And when you play test matches in India, you expect your 3 spinners to do all the heavy lifting. They will take all the workload. The fast bowlers will maximum bowl 10 15 overs. Ek middle mein some day ka spell when nothing is happening, which was not expected in case of West Indies, but aaj dikha thoda sa. So that is when perhaps thoda sa you will be required to, and with the new ball thoda jaan lagana hoga, and maybe to dismiss the tail, like that. But he's appeared up to be a bit off color to me. आज मुझे लगा थोड़ा सा वो लगा, he wasn't even in the Asia Cup. He hasn't
Exactly.
seemed to me
That's
to
what
be
I. That's
Bumrah that
yeah.
he is, just with Bumrah that he is. And even in the Test series, let me be frank, he was completely overshadowed by Mohammad Siraj. So we haven't seen Bumrah's best for a while, which gives me hope that going forward in the T20s against Australia, and perhaps in the World Cup, T20 World Cup, we will see the Bumrah that was on show in the 24 T20 World Cup. अगर वो वैसा किया, तो वैसा bowling डाला, तो we are going to win that World Cup as well. We're going to defend our title.
Indian supporter has a comment. He says, Didi, it will be hilarious if Virat retires from IPL before Thala the Great.
See, I think Virat will time his international retirement and IPL retirement kind of together. Like once he's off from international cricket, I don't think he will prolong his IPL career too much. Like uh, Dhoni's case is different because of the franchisee, the needs of the franchisee, etc., etc. And Dhoni being the person that he is, like uh, I think for Dhoni, CSK is his life. It's, you have to understand that, like it is something very close to him. RCB maybe is close to Virat also, but that Dhoni connection with CSK, that is so organic that it is difficult to understand. There is a cultural connect to it as well. So which is not the case. I think those two retirements will. Is this the third year of that cycle, of that IPL cycle?
Second.
Oh, this is the second year. So we can expect that 2020, like if he is playing, if he is going to this ODI series, he has the ODI World Cup in mind. So he will play till 2027, 2027 IPL and 2027 ODI World Cup. I think that is probably in his mind. Like if 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 at all that is the case, then if he is playing ODI World Cup in 2027, I think he will. 2027 will be his last IPL also.
Okay, Cricket Live says, "GG sir, we don't have good fourth innings record while chasing. Why GG and Gill wanted to play in fourth innings when they have chance to bat West Indies out of the game and avoid fourth innings?"
भैया वो तो अब गड़बड़ करी है इन्होंने. They should have batted a second time and allowed the wicket to deteriorate a bit, given their bowlers a bit of a rest. But as I said earlier, they underestimated the West Indies and slight overconfidence कि हम 50 overs में उनको निपटा देंगे. But for the health of Test cricket, I'm very very happy that West Indies lived on for another day, fought and took the match into the fourth day. Because what happened at Ahmedabad was absolutely farcical, and even here, as long as India were batting, it seemed like a complete exercise in farce. So I'm hoping that Jerome Warrican has a good outing with the ball. He's looked the most impressive bowler, right, in the West Indies lineup. He's looked to
Yeah.
turn the ball. Unfortunately, उनको दूसरे end से support नहीं मिल रहा है. That other spinner, Kerry Peir, I think is he on debut? Kerry Peir,
No.
he's looked very very ordinary. He's looked very very ordinary. Like he's looked completely toothless, which is surprising. Wickets have a bit of help in them, and
West
the all
Indies
West
have
Indies.
got a total of 9 wickets in this entire series.
Gary
That,
Pe-
Exactly. Yeah. So Warrican has been the only sole bright spot in that this thing. And I mean, I was so pained to see one of their fast bowlers. I think was that Graves bowling with the keeper up to the stumps. A West Indian fast bowler bowling with the keeper up to the stumps. I know that is a tactic that is used these days, but to see that from a West Indian team was really painful. I mean, this is how sharp the and how sad the decline is. It's come to that point. That sight itself was quite heartbreaking. And no bounce, just one odd bouncer I saw, I think, in the entire this thing.
In fact,
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah.
in the first 6 overs, when there were no bouncers being bowled, Sunil Gavaskar actually remarked to Ian Bishop, there are no bouncers coming, and
That
Gavaskar
I
should know.
that is a comment that Gavaskar gave in 2002 as well. I remember when India went to West Indies. That time also when I think Bangar was opening, Sanjay Bangar, and first 6-7 overs there were no bouncers from the West
And
Indies.
India lost
Decline
that
बहुत
series.
चलता आ रहा है, बहुत
But
पहले चलता
and
है.
India
Bowlers,
and India
yeah.
India lost that series.
Yeah, India. Yeah, but they won the test match. I think they won a test match, which they were very happy because those days an overseas test win was celebrated like anything.
So India had to bat out like 15 minutes in
Yeah.
Jamaica in the final test match.
Oh.
If they had batted out, they would
the
have
day
saved the
5
test
was
match.
a
Because
washout. Yeah, the
there
rain
was
was.
rain. It rained for 15 days continuously, didn't stop. There were two
Oh,
one-dayers in Jamaica, both got washed out.
unbelievable.
So when
That is,
so when rain started falling, John Wright took the entire tail with him to the dressing room balcony and said, "This is what you should have done to save the test match. See what is happening right now. It's crazy."
crazy. But ये decline जब से चल रहा है of this
उसके
fast
पहले से,
integrated
the
bowling,
last time West Indies won a test series outside Afghanistan, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh was in New Zealand in 1995.
imagine.
So they have
Yeah,
not
they
won
were
in
all over
Sena,
New Zealand. Yeah.
Pakistan, or India.
And I think that series, Lara was the captain and Richards was their coach. Richards and
No, no,
Lara
no,
and Richards
no,
had a
90,
follow.
no, 95. It was Koti Walsh who was the captain.
Okay. Yeah, but Walsh also was not really a guy who would sort of bounce people out, and he was more of a leg cutters and this and that, and so like that. The real intimidating, I think, the last time their bowling was really this thing was the 92-93 series. I think when Ambrose took that 7 for 1, bowled that dream spell of 7 for 1 against Australia. I think was that at Perth or somewhere. So
Yeah,
उसके
first,
बाद
first.
Yeah, uske baad se there's been a it's bit sparks and like that, but that consistent West Indian bombarding of fast bowling, of bouncers and all, we have not seen.
97 Barbados as well. India suffered at the hands of Franklin Rose, who disappeared after that series. Couldn't chase
Yeah.
120,
125,
120.
If you
120.
see
Uh,
some of the old clips, I was seeing a clip of Andy Roberts and Michael Holding. Unbelievable, my God! The sort of fast bowling that they would, the sort of pace and the sort of bouncers that they would come up with, it was just unbelievable. So I'm sure some of those oldies will be happy that West Indies at least fought on to take the match into the fourth day today. Some of those old foggies. I don't know if Richards and Lara are still in Delhi or they've left because they had come for that fundraiser for West Indies cricket. They play some golf and all. They're playing in some golf tournament. So hopefully they'll feel happy that at least there's some life still left in West Indian cricket.
yeah, Tech SpaceX says DD sir looking young in the thumbnail. So the thumbnail that has been used, you're looking young. And Tech
Okay.
SpaceX also says Gigi, not coach, is a no nonsense guy. So he's sort of sort of analyzing, psycho-analyzing both of you through his comment.
Thank you.
Jain as a request to you, uh, Gigi, he said, Gigi, sir, retention news leke aao. Now fans are more interested in the retention news.
No,
Gigi,
retention नहीं यार अभी तक तो कुछ नहीं पता चल रहा है. And I think the teams are also very very secretive here. This whole IPL world I have not been able to be very honest. I think Mr. Vijay Tagore from ClickBuzz, who's from which is our group only website, he's brilliant at it. In terms of finding out
so is it your
who
brother organization or sister organization?
both cricket is ours only. So I over the years I've seen that he's brilliant at getting IPL news. I have not been able to crack the code, and I find it very risky as well. I wrote a story about Sanju Samson being retained at RR. He's still there with RR, but then after that there was a flood of stories that he wants to quit RR and so on and so forth. So I find this whole IPL retention and this whole business very very risky. Unless you have a solid source in place, there's no point getting there. But yeah, this time one thing is there. The auctions are going to take place pretty early. मतलब December में I think December 13th to 15th is when the IPL auction is going to take place, which is fine.
So from
वो तो that is
so
on
from
target. Yeah.
so will players have hamstring before Vijay Hazare, which starts on 24th December, or they will have hamstring after Vijay Hazare, which ends on January 18th? That's my
वो
mute
तो
question
मालूम
for
नहीं,
you.
but even WPL auction जल्दी हो रहा है इस बार नवंबर में हो रहा है because the whole
See,
idea is
Didi,
to
he's
wrap up
just
everything
sidestepping
before.
he's sidestepping the question. What about you? You please tell us. Will the hamstring injury start after auction or after Vijay Hazare?
Before the auction, so they will like to play, like, because I don't think they have the Mushtaq Ali is after the auction, so they will want to play as much as they can in white ball so that uh, they get the price that they want to. So that's the thing. So if at all these things have to happen, these will happen after December. So as an
So you
so
mean
yeah.
that so Vijay Hazare Trophy and all people only Virat and Rohit will be playing. The others will be
No,
having
no,
their
no.
injury breaks.
They will play. No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that these days. And uh, but they play. Right? It's not that they don't play. Like Mayank Yadav doesn't play. He doesn't play anywhere. Like through the year, you don't see him. Even in the IPL,
Mohsin
he
Khan.
doesn't.
Mohsin Khan.
Mohsin Khan, Mayank Yadav, Umran Malik. They don't play anywhere. Like I don't see them playing anywhere. So
Umran is
either.
going to play for J&K against Mumbai in that Ranji Trophy opener
Acha, okay,
in Srinagar
okay.
from 15th.
Okay, but these players who will be Sanju Samson will obviously be released. Sanju Samson's release, I think, is a given. I think Venkatesh Iyer will also be released by KKR. KKR will
Most,
release a few.
but Lega, he'll be released. But then,
KKR will release a
correct,
few.
correct, correct.
CSK will release a CSK. The big money comes from Ashwin, but they are not going to
Yeah.
release their five retained players. That the players
Not
that
Conway,
they
Dada?
had.
Not Conway? Not Devon
कॉन्वे को
Conway?
हाँ 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 कॉन्वे को दे विल रिलीज कॉन्वे को दे विल रिलीज Even Sachin Ravindra they may release. Like they will also like to go into that auction with a about a 30 crore-ish purse. So
Uh,
they want a basically a middle order powerful batter and an opener up top.
Shubham Mishra is mentioning Kamlesh Nagarkoti's name as well. He's also disappeared.
These are 25. These are uh, very 25 lakh players, 50 lakh players. They will obviously be released. So hardly play.
Just one final question for two of you. Will we be able to see this from Indian supporter? He says, will we be able to see Virat, MS, Rohit doing commentary stint in the 2031 World Cup in India and Bangladesh, like Sachin Saurav Dravid in 2019 World Cup, provided Thala is not playing IPL 2031?
Thala will. It is very difficult to get him into commentary. I don't. I be like. उसका ना you don't see him in cricket at all beyond his sports commitment. So I don't think you will see him in and around cricket once he is done playing. So commentary it looks difficult for me unless like something incredible happens, like incredible offer or something like that. 2031 World Cup will be a big thing, of
So
course.
for him to do commentary, he should be able to also answer the producer's call for his commentary time also. Na? That's
Yeah,
also a
yeah,
problem with him.
yeah. तो if he says
Okay.
कि नहीं मैं अभी नहीं करूँगा, that doesn't work in commentary.
No, he won't answer the phone only. Khatam baat.
हाँ
He's
खत्म
been
है.
completely
नहीं नहीं वो
disconnected from the
comment
game.
he will not do commentary. उसका है ही नहीं. His wiring is not like that. He is into other things. उसका life is थोड़ा अलग.
Priyanshu says Dhoni Virat ये सब नहीं करने वाले. Because Virat also said na, that once he retires from everything, he'll just disappear.
There is a chance that he may, like,
Already
because
is
these guys.
already disappeared.
Because the glare of the media at times like kind of tells on you, na, like your private life does get compromised to an extent, and so yeah, there is a chance that he may disappear. Yeah.
Okay, on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us. Hopefully, tomorrow will be the final day of the second and final test match between India and West Indies. We'll come back for that.
If it is not, then it's going to be a tight test match. If it is
हो
not,
जाएगा
because
तब.
if it is
Because,
not, then Chandresh, then West Indies is playing 1.5 sessions, which is something in the vicinity of 200 250 runs. So then it becomes very interesting, close to 2 sessions. If
yeah,
West Indies end up playing 2 sessions, then it's an interesting test match.
absolutely, absolutely. Gigi, and one final thought. I'm not going to. I'll request the producer not show it on the screen. But Manikpreet Singh says, कुछ हो जाए पर विराट रोहित से मत करवाना. वो कुछ भी बोल दिया वर्ल्ड फील्ड में तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा.
हाँ, that
तो
is
But
true.
रिस्की.
but he will be
रोहित
the
इज
most
रिस्की.
entertaining. But he will be the most entertaining. ये तो मैं I have no doubt के रोहित
He'll be
शर्मा
super hit in Hindi commentary. He'll be super hit in
Hindi
Hindi
comment,
Absolutely,
commentary.
हाँ.
absolutely, absolutely.
गार्डन में घूम रहे हैं लोग देखो बोलेगा मिसफील्ड हुआ तो.
Let's see what happens. That's it for today. Remember, all of you watching, like, share, subscribe, and comment on the videos. We'll be back again tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Dwaipa, Gigi, and I take your leave. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.